Hi everyone, welcome back to Trees and Turtles. My name's Imogen. In today's video, I'm explaining how I became a more patient person. If you've watched any of my videos, you might know that I am someone who's very big into productivity and I like things to be done now, ideally yesterday, but now will do. So I'm very impatient and I want things to be done like now, okay? And I've had to learn patience, okay? This did not come naturally to me. I'm teaching you how to be more patient. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to do that, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, let's get started. So, the first thing that I did to become a more patient person was I built my independence, okay? And I mean that in terms of like living alone, becoming financially independent, building a career, getting a degree, all of those things, having that security and my own space has given me an increased sense of like solidity and stability in my life, okay? So really nothing bothers me so much anymore. Whenever I get super impatient, I have like a little space that I can retreat to, and I say to myself, look, just calm the hell down, go home, sit in the corner, have a drink, I don't know, make a snack for yourself, it is gonna be fine, take a nap, whatever, okay? So building your independence, really important. And I can also say to myself, look, it's going to be fine, you know, we have this stability that we've built for ourselves in our life. So like, build your independence as much as possible. And it's obviously a transitional phase in your early 20s, and that's partly why I'm talking about it, because this is my perspective being in my early 20s, just about. I'm 23. I'm going to be saying mid-20s next year. That's terrifying. Anyway, build your independence. That is the first step in kind of me becoming a more patient person. I guess it's kind of linked to me being an introvert, and being around people all the time kind of drains my social battery and makes me a bit like I have a bit of a short fuse sometimes. So having that space and kind of knowing my own limits in that way has helped me become a lot more patient in general. The next thing that I want to talk about is that I practiced with being in unfamiliar situations and learning more unfamiliar skills. These are great ways to practice patience. Good examples of these were like public speaking and volunteering in my sort of work experience, placements, and so on and so forth. Travel as well. A lot of stuff is out of your control when you travel, like my flight might be delayed, and eventually I just learned that I could either sit there and be mad about it, or I could sit there and not be mad about it. And guess what? I felt better when I wasn't mad about it. So I just decided that I didn't really care as much about that. So I practiced with being in unfamiliar situations where things were a little bit outside of my control, and learning more unfamiliar skills, including patience, to kind of help practice that take a deep breath mentality. Number 3, I sought to help my friends out and learn from my most patient friends and role models. I am incredibly lucky and privileged to have a very diverse set of friends, and a lot of them have like different personalities to me, and a lot of them are way more patient than me, although that is very easy to do, to be fair. I would say that that's an incredibly low bar, but a lot of them are a lot more patient than me, and kind of observing their approach to projects and the ways in which they sort of deal with frustrations or obstacles or roadblocks has really been educational for me, because sometimes I'll see the way they deal with the problem and I'll think, I wouldn't have dealt with it that way. I would have dealt with it worse. So that's interesting. I can adopt that approach or aspects of that approach to make myself be a more patient person. And obviously, I'll always be really grateful to them for showing me that. So I've always sought to help my friends out, but it's a reciprocal thing, because they help me out massively as well. So if you have patient friends, kind of spend some time like around them, observing how they tackle frustrations. It's educational. Headphones. Okay, I get overstimulated sometimes, especially like on public transport. When I go on public transport, I'm just like, I need my headphones, or I'm gonna get crabby. Like, I'm gonna get really annoyed with everything. So headphones, a good pair of like headphones, whether it's like noise cancelling or just regular ones for music, genuinely has calmed me down so much. And yeah, just headphones, and always have a battery pack to charge them, because having headphones with dead battery is a special kind of hell. Anyway, let's move on. Micro productivity. One thing that I used to be really annoyed with was the way that little pockets of time in my day would be wasted. You know, the 5 minutes I spent queuing for the bus, or, you know, waiting for the kettle to boil, or my food to cook, or, you know, all of these little things would add up. So I made videos on micro productivity, but I'll give you some examples. For example, I do language practice, I brainstorm ideas for my YouTube, I'll do like digital journaling, okay? So a lot of things like you can do to be productive in those small pockets of time, and that'll make you a lot more patient because you have something to occupy your mind during those times and you're using the time productively. So micro productivity is a great life hack for increasing your patience. I also want you to observe one good thing in every situation. Almost always, 99% of the time, there is the 1% that genuinely just sucks and there is nothing good about those situations. But 99% of the time, you can find one good thing in every situation, okay? So learn to observe that if you possibly can. Maybe I should have put this next point at the start, but therapy, okay? Therapy, because I became so much more patient in therapy. Like, I developed a lot of tools to just calm myself the hell down, okay? And a lot of that was to do with me observing my own thoughts, taking a step back and thinking, why do I feel this way? Why am I feeling impatient? Is it to do with my personality? Is it to do with my trauma? Has someone triggered me like this before? Okay, so am I reacting from a healthy place, or am I reacting from a place of, oh, you're just like so-and-so, and this is pissing me off? So learning to recognize the actual root cause of my impatience or my frustrations was really useful. I recommend therapy. And finally, real talk, learning how to not give a fuck. Like, genuinely, I just decided to care less and limit my interactions with things, places, and people which annoyed me needlessly. There are not a lot of like needless interruptions and distractions and annoyances in life. Just if you can just give fewer fucks about it, genuinely, like, you can just care less. Like, you don't have to interact with those people or places or situations unless you absolutely have to. Like, don't annoy yourself for no reason, okay? If something's annoying you and you don't have to be in that situation, just leave, okay? Leave. All right, that's how I became a more patient person. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to do that. Give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.